is Lee Sterling of ParamountSports.com, and today I'm going to break down and predict the Ole Miss 2013 football season. Now, if you've studied Paramount Sports and you know what I'm all about, I use my college football background as a quarterback. I will go back and study 3 or 4 games during the 2012 season. I'll look at a couple spring practices in the spring game. Then I usually have a pretty good handle on what each team is all about. And I really understand this Ole Miss team. I said a couple years ago they couldn't compete with the big boys. In 2011, they went 2-10. But I really liked when I went to the 2012 practices and spring game. I could really sense that Hugh Freeze was starting to build something. He brought in with him a junior college quarterback, Bo Wallace, who I said from the start he's going to be the starter, even though a lot of people thought it could be any one of another 2 or 3 quarterbacks. But I knew he was the right guy. Even though he threw some key interceptions last year, he was the difference. He was the guy that took him to that bowl game, that 7-6 season. Now, for them to continue to be strong and go to bowls, what they're going to have to do is they're going to have continued great health. They did not have any key injuries last year, and they'll have to have a somewhat similar season if they want to go to a bowl and get better and produce not only 7 wins, get to 8 and 9 wins. And they cannot have any injuries to their running back, Jeff Scott. Not a real big guy, but he's dynamic, or their great wide receiver, Dante Moncrief. So if they continue to build that depth like they did off that great recruiting class of 2012, which is a top 5 recruiting class, they've got a chance to win 8, maybe 9 games. They returned 19 starters, 9 on the offense, and that includes 82 career starts on the offensive line. So they're set on offense. Now, the defense was a little undersized last year, and that was their problem. Even though they did have 38 sacks, they just wore down as games went on and gave up a lot of points in the second half. I think by adding that great recruiting class and a great defensive tackle and Hooks from the junior college ranks, and Demichi, great defensive end, #1 defensive end in the country, I think they're going to even better that 38 sacks. Don't be surprised if they have 40 to 45 sacks this year. And I think that'll help their pass defense, which allowed almost 63% completion percentage. So I see this Ole Miss team getting better and better. They went 7-6 last year. I'm going to predict they go 8-4. If everything breaks right, maybe even 9-3 this year, and better days just getting ahead of this team. Don't be surprised 2-3 years this team is playing for an SEC crown and maybe a national title. But this year, probably an 8-4 season. You want to get involved with Paramount Sports. I've had 21 straight winning seasons. Last year, an incredible 22 out of 26 winning weeks. $1,400, $1,497 gets you the entire season from the preseason through the Super Bowl. Just go to my website, ParamountSports.com, or call 800-400-9741.